daily Yakima news team, taking action for you. KIMA Action News.
It seems like just about every day we hear about a tragedy in someone else's life, whether it be a deadly crash, a disaster, or a crime. Often we don't necessarily consider how it affects people's lives. This weekend, 3 people died in a crash in White Swan. The father and sister of the 15-year-old girl killed in that crash came to KIMA today. I had the privilege to talk to them about Juliet Dill and about how this is affecting them.
I've just lost my baby girl, and you don't know what you truly have until you lose it. And I know where she's at. I know she's okay.
It was heartbreaking as Brian Dill told me about how he loves his daughter and how he's spending the rest of today even preparing for her funeral. Juliet's sister, Destiny, dealing also with the loss.
I was there with her through the hardest things, and she was my rock, and I was her rock, and she's gone now.
Police now have not confirmed the cause of the White Swan crash that killed 3 people, but this father wanted to entreat everyone out there to be safe on the road and especially to never drink and drive. Our hearts go out to that family. Ballots for several races in Yakima County's primary election are due a week from today. We sat down with candidates running for Yakima City Council District 2 position to find out what everybody needs to know before casting the vote. Ariella Torin, she's joining us now with more on what we could find about those candidates and what they had to say. Ariella.
That's right, Jake. 4 people are up for the District 2 City Council seat. It's currently held by Avina Gutierrez, who's running for re-election. But the other 3 candidates that I spoke with today say they've got what it takes to turn things around and improve the city.
More police lights and crime scene tape this year, leaving its mark on those running for city council, addressing violence a top priority at several public meetings. For 26-year-old Pablo Gonzalez, born and raised in the Valley, it hits close to home for the family-oriented businessman.
I feel like a lot of people in the city of Yakima are wanting to move away because of the crime, and for me as a city council member, my main goal would be to make sure that those people feel safe and want to settle in Yakima.
The CWU grad spent time lobbying in Olympia during his college days, now passionate about issues in his neighborhood, bordered by the depot, where he says drug use is rampant.
People here in Yakima are focused on the issues which are crime and economic development and homelessness. And I think those are the main issues that I will focus on if elected into city council.
More street lighting and getting kids off the streets and engaged. Also a goal for 34-year-old Jason White, an urban farmer with 2 young daughters. He says he wants to see more community integration, cleaning up the city's streets and properties while focusing on the local economy.
We're leading the way in agriculture. I'd like us to see us lead the way in farming also, and some other innovation with where things are going.
The Army vet says his diverse background working with a clinic makes him a well-rounded candidate. But with more than 40 years in Southeast Yakima, Maud Scott says she understands the community, working with youth and recreation programs for many years.
I was very pleased to be able to impact a whole generation or more of our children.
A grandmother of 3, she says preventive measures are key to reducing violence. The activist also petitioning for zoning and irrigation changes in her neighborhood over the years. But all the candidates eager to serve and make a difference.
Now, all the candidates did express the importance of accountability as an elected official, and I did try to get a hold of Avina Gutierrez for this story, but wasn't able to reach her. The former mayor, she stepped down last summer after running into some legal issues, but she stayed on the council, saying she was committed to serving the community. Voters have until August 1st to postmark and return their ballots.
Okay, thank you very much, Ariella. If you've recently pumped gas at a station in Ellensburg, you may want to double-check your bank statements. Credit card skimmers were discovered Monday inside several pumps at the Ameristar gas station at 1716 South Canyon Road. Police say they were removed but do not know how many credit cards were compromised. Officers ask that you check for security tape on the sides of those pumps. That security tape indicates no one opened the pump to install an unauthorized device. If the tape appears to be damaged, officers advise you to let the attendant know and to use a different pump. A dog is dead after a cougar attacked it while walking on a trail near Ronald. Kittitas County Sheriff say a woman was walking her dog Tuesday night without a leash, and the animals on the trail started fighting. The sheriff's office says one of her neighbors shot at the cougar and it ran away. Fish and Wildlife officers are looking for the cougar but have not found it yet. The dog did die from its injuries. Firefighters put out a house fire that happened at the 9,000 block of South Natchez Road. They say the fire started in the garage and quickly spread to the right side of the house. Crews from Sela, Natchez, Niles, Glebe, and Yakima responded but had to fight a majority of the fire understaffed because of all the recent blazes that have happened. The cause of that fire still under investigation. And we now know the cause of a house fire that took place at 36th Avenue and Bard Street a few weeks ago. Yakima firefighters say the fire was caused by a tenant there who was cleaning up their yard, found a large wasp nest, and tried to burn it. The nest caught fire quickly and lit the rear deck of the house. Fire officials say this is an example of what not to do. If you have wasps or hornets near your house, use spray, and they say use it after dark. If you have any questions, you can, of course, call the Yakima Fire Department. It's been yet another hot day. Will we catch a
Look at our headlines moving forward. We'll keep clear skies in the forecast sign. A beautiful evening. It's going to stay warm for quite a while. Sunny and hot tomorrow. Temperatures right up there into the upper 90s, close to 100 in some spots as the heat continues really for the rest of the week. We're going to tweak that forecast just a little bit. I'll let you know about those minor changes moving forward, what you can expect for your weekend and heading into next week in your full storm tracker forecast in just a moment. Jake, back to you.
All right, we'll see how hot it gets. Thank you very much, Mike. Taxpayers in Sela might have to pay more money for a new aquatic center at Wixon Park. Sela Parks and Rec asking voters to say yes on a one-year $300,000 levy to help open up the new aquatic center with multiple larger pools. Delmy Moran is live in Wixon Park to tell us more about this project that is going on. Delmy.
Yes, I'm here at Wixon Park where the original aquatic center is at. Now, if you can see behind me, there is a pool here, but this pool will be replaced with two pools that will be 25 meters long and have 8 lanes. One of the pools will be for competitive swimming, while the other one is for families. They will also have a lazy river where they plan on having aerobic classes in. I did speak with a couple of locals and asked them what they think about the new center and having to pay for it. Here's what they had to say.
Cheyenne Merritt was born and raised in Sela and says she agrees with the new center being built because she plans on raising her son in Sela and would benefit from these type of centers.
Well, and he just started swimming without floaties, so I think it'd be cool to get him going there. And I plan on having him grow up here, so we would definitely use it.
But other people are not too sure they want to be taxed for something they might not use.
As a taxpayer, I don't want my taxes raised. I don't want to have to pay the extra money. I've heard some people say that it's not going to be utilized by as many people.
Chairwoman of Sela Parks and Rec, Kellyanne Ergeson, says the new $300,000 levy will be utilized for maintenance and operations for the new center. The money for the construction was already approved by taxpayers in 2015, which was a bond of $6.2 million that they already have. But Ergeson says they can't start construction unless they get the money for the operations part as well.
It will be the pride of our community if we can get it built. And we're just so very excited, grateful for their previous support, and hopeful that they'll support us once again.
If approved, the levy would tax property owners an additional 20 cents per $1,000 of assessed value, which is about $40 a year for an owner of a $200,000 home. The levy would be taxed for 1 year only, and it would be collected in 2018.
Now, if the levy is approved, construction for the new aquatic center will begin in September for an opening of summer 2018. In Sela, Delmy Moran, Action News.
Okay, thank you very much, Delmy. Yakima's Blues and Brews, only a few weeks away now, starting at 2 p.m. on August 19th. The event presented by Celerity Credit Union and KIMA, a proud sponsor along with Radio Yakima. Shoot Jake is the name of a band. Not a fan of the name of the band, but they might make some good music. They're one of the bands that will be performing this year. Gustavo Olguin has more.
Ben Johnson is the band leader, guitarist, and vocalist of Shoot Jake. a three-piece rock and roll band that can be seen touring throughout the Pacific Northwest. This is Johnson performing with Shoot Jake at the Chinook Music Festival a few years ago. While they continued to perform more rock and roll music, he started Ben Johnson Blues Company as a way to get blues music back out there. The band features a rotating cast of musicians from around the state to give a new feel every time they perform. Ben Johnson Blues Company and other bands will be performing on Saturday, August 19th at this year's Blues and Brews Festival. This 21 and up event is a celebration of original American music and craft beverages made right here in Yakima. So be sure to get your tickets before they're gone. In Yakima, Gustavo Aguin, Action News.
Thanks, Gustavo. The event is Rain or Shine. Tickets are available at the Capitol Theater online. For more info on the event, you can head over to our website at KIMATV.com. The Yakima Police Department has opened its doors to the public so people can see what everything looks like on the inside. And that's where Gustavo Olguin is at right now to show the open house and to tell us a little bit more about it. Gustavo.
Jake, I'm down here at the Yakima Police Department where they're having an open house to let the community walk in and see what it's like on the inside. I'm joined now by Police Chief Dominic Rizzi. Chief Rizzi, just tell me, what is it like having the community come out here today?
I think it's fantastic. It's another step in our community engagement that we're working on. A lot of transparency. You get to see what our officers do, what our civilians do, and take a tour of the department. Most people, the only contact they have with law enforcement is going to be getting pulled over by our motor officers here, or being a victim of a crime. So this is an opportunity to really come in, talk to some officers, maybe see our K9, our motor officer doing a little demonstration, and get to know some of these officers on a personal level. I think it's a great opportunity for the public to just come on out.
All right, thank you, Chief. I was like, this event does go until 7 o'clock today, so if you are interested in coming down, feel free to stop by. There's food, there's drinks, the SWAT team's out here, the K9 unit's out here, and if you want to just see what the jail looks like as well, they have that open as well. We'll be out here until 6 to make sure to keep you guys updated. Jake, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Gustavo. And of course, he's going to be out there at 6. And if you can't make it, he's going to be walking us through part of that tour. Can't wait to see that. How would you feel if your boss wanted to implant a chip into your skin? One company doing just that. Coming up on Action News, find out how it can be a benefit to employees while perhaps not messing with privacy. Plus, when it comes to sports, many athletes suffer injuries. Find out how multiple hits to the head could cause severe trauma for football players. And you can find even more coverage on our new and improved app. We've got video along with local news, weather, and sports. Download the KIMA mobile app for free from your